Let me welcome you to another season of the XtraTracks. In 2025, we will address the topic of telemedicine and eHealth. And we have some novelties included in this year. For example, we switched mainly over to English presentations, and by that we were able to involve significantly more international speakers, so we will get a broader view on the state of the art. And my special thanks goes out to Christian Jura, which organized most of the seasons. And let me hand over to you, Christian, to give the viewers some insights on the expected presentations and sessions.
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. Also a very warm welcome from me here from Münster. So I will give you a short introduction, overview, what you can expect in the next 2 months. So if you check the XtraTracks website, which I will share with you now, you can see all the topics and speakers that you can expect and look forward to. So we will start with an introduction on May 7th and also with an overview of training and education in digital medicine. This lecture will be held by myself from Münster, and then we have the honor to host Kendall Ho from Vancouver as a speaker. He is the current medical director of 811, and he will present us with his experiences with the provincial virtual care in British Columbia. So the next 2 sessions from Professor Hahn and Professor Dominik Heider will talk about artificial intelligence in medicine. Professor Hahn, who's a Heisenberg professor here at the University of Münster for artificial intelligence in medicine, he will talk about progress, parents, and perspectives. And Dominik Heider, who is the head of the medical informatics department here, he will talk about his projects of using AI to fight the global threat of antimicrobial resistance. Then we will switch back to a more European perspective, and we have the honor of having a speaker from the German Physicians Association, Bundesärztekammer, who will give us an insight into the My eHealth at EU, the European eHealth infrastructure. Then we again will switch back to Canada, British Columbia, where we were honored with 2 speakers from the School of Health Information Science from the University of Victoria. So Professor Andy Kushnirok, who's the head of the school and probably the expert when it comes to usability in clinical applications. He will give us an overview of the importance of usability in clinical applications. And the week after that, Professor Elizabeth Buricki, she will talk about safety in artificial intelligence. Then we will have the honor to be able to listen to Professor Sylvia Thun from the Berlin Institute of eHealth, and probably the leading expert here in Germany when it comes to interoperability. And she will give us a couple of insights into the Universal Hospital Telemedicine Network, which was founded a couple of years ago here in Germany. Then Sven Meister from the Fraunhofer Institute and Leonard Fehring, also from the Fraunhofer Institute. They will talk about their experiences with digital health applications. That talk will be followed by Professor Ariel Stern, who is a professor of medical economics at the Hasso-Plattner Institute in Potsdam. And she will talk about the economic chances and challenges in digital medicine. And the last 2 lectures then in July will provide a very German perspective. So these will be held in German. So Stefan Spieren, who is a Hausarzt, family physician here in Germany, and he has a completely digitalized physician's office, and he will talk about how he built up his digital praxis. And the lecture series is rounded up with Bernhard Acke from the North Rhine-Westphalian Hospital Association. And he will talk about his experiences with the virtual pediatric emergency care in North Rhine-Westphalia. So we have a very, very interesting lecture series coming up. And we also applied for CME certification, so for 2 points each lecture. So if you're a German physician, then please give us your Fortbildungsnummer. And when you register, please note that you have to register for each of the presentations separately. And of course, we can only provide you the CME points if you have registered and if you attend the whole session. So we will check the attendance in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of each session, so that we can prove your attendance of this session. Each talk will also be recorded, so you will have the opportunity to listen to these talks again after they are held. But please note that you need to register for this as well. And once again, you need to register for each of the talks. So if you register for my talk in the beginning, you will need to have to register again for the talk for Kendall Ho, etc. So
and the attention or the attending is for free, right? So, so you don't have to pay anything. Just select the presentations which you're most fascinated in. As Christian pointed out, in case you miss one, we will record them, upload them in YouTube, like we did the last years already. And you will find maybe 2 to 4 weeks after the presentation as well links on the XtraTracks page, so you can watch them later. And in case you have further questions, for example, regarding the CME certification, then you could write an email below the list. There is a contact address, you can send the emails, and maybe there will be frequently asked questions in case we have multiple of them.
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. That's a very important point, and also I would like to encourage you to question all the presenters. They are very kind and open presenters, so if you have any questions, so this should not just be a frontal presentation, but also a very lively discussion. So we are looking forward to that as well. Yeah, Sebastian, something else?
No, let's look forward to a great XtraTracks season. I think we have excellent speakers, really interesting direction. We will skip the panel at the GMDS for this year, so just enjoy the presentations every week, Wednesday, I think starting 16 o'clock. So register and we see you there.